Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. Welcome to episode 9 of my Modular Mayhem Let's Play series. Now, as I said in the last episode, I was going to continue and build the next grinder, which I did, but I've also made the Sifter. Now, I decided that pretty much you've seen me build a multi-block. You can pretty much guess what goes into this one. It's got a power in and then an item in and out. It's got a couple of these multi-block components and the rest are chassis, and then it's got these nifty little control blocks here, which I'm not 100% sure how it works, but this one here on the side here is pretty much the power switch. So if I turn that one off, this top one turns off, everything's off. I think these three pretty much control the speed. I think if you've got all three on, it's going to use more power, but it's going to be fast. Now, I've done a bit of work with the pipes. This one's just a standard relocator pulling out into this chest, and I may end up moving the chest yet, but I'm not sure. I don't really need it. It doesn't seem to back up too quickly. What I do end up having is I run out of power eventually, so power generation is next on the list as well. Now you can see I just ran the cables down the back as I was before, but I've got this relocator running over the top. And put some ladders on here just so I can show you what I've done. This relocator here, if you right click on it, it has the ability to put different filters. Now you can filter on specific mods, checklist based on the most common things, which you can see here. You can select, all nuggets, all fuel, all different stuff here. What I've used is the customize text one, and the reason I did that is you can actually, if you hover over here, you can use wildcards and auto dictionary lookups. So I've done this here because the Magneticraft breaks it down into multiple stages. I've decided to put this here. So if you hover over one of your NEI here, you can see it says All Dictionary Names Chunk Gold. So I've just made it so that it looks for anything with chunk in it. So that's all of these items, all have chunk, and then the asterisk on the end there is for wildcard. So it's All Dictionary, anything with chunk, and then anything afterwards. So you can see here chunk tungsten, chunk lead, etc. So all the chunks go into this one. Anything that isn't a chunk, so as I said in the previous episodes, you do get that possibility of an extra piece, an extra 5% chance of a drop. You might get a dust, you might get something else. Any of those dusts will go straight past here and continue on through to the sifter. Same on the next one. Just head over there. Same thing down the bottom. It's just a pull out set up there, just straight removing items from the inventory. That little thing there is a one-way. I'll show you in a second. It's a very basic one-way. Let's just do that. Relocator. You have this module one-way, and it's just one of those module bases and some iron bars. And it'll obviously only allow stuff to go one direction. So I don't want anything going back down there and into here, because these don't actually stop things going back into that inventory. So out of there and into another filter. This one has rubble. I'll quickly show you the filter recipe here is just one of those module bases and 4 gold. Very simple recipes. This one is rubble, and if you saw before, same thing. The next step down, you had chunk, and then you have rubble, same deal. Auto dictionary, searching for rubble. Any rubble items, which are generally the ones coming out of this this unit here, will go into this one. And then down the bottom here, this relocator piece here is actually a one-way. You can see here, module blocked extraction. And you see that it allows things to come out but won't let anything go back in, because what I was having is stuff was coming down the pipe and trying to go back in there. We don't want that. That's also a one-way thing there, so anything pulling out of here will go this way. It comes along and into the Sifter here. Now, the Sifter doesn't have a GUI that I can find. It doesn't seem to be able to be opened anywhere. It'd be nice if it did. It'd be nice if it had a GUI, but you know, it does its job. Anything that isn't pebbles, because that's what this one's set up for, pebbles, will go straight past and underneath the thing and over to the chest from the bottom. So, be straightforward. Go for a mining run. Throw your stuff in up here. All your ores. And it runs them through. You can see it all pulling out. Straight up into here. Stuff's happening here. Items coming out. Goes into here again. And then we've got some pebbles coming through. There's a dust. So that dust, you'll see it pop up straight underneath here. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, everything's flowing through. And the Sifter turns the pebbles into 3. So every time you have one lot of these pebbles going in, and I hope this doesn't back stuff too much. Yeah, see, it's not quite quick enough to keep up. So this will be the only downside to my system, I think. Yeah, see, we've got pebbles going straight through. And I don't actually have a way of... Oh, I can drop them in that chest there, that's fine. So yeah, it's just a little bit of an issue where this thing isn't quite fast enough, and I'm not sure how to make it any faster. These units are really chewing through. I wonder whether it was a power. No, it wasn't a power issue, I don't think. Voltage did drop. Voltage dropped. Maybe it dropped below. Look at that bottom one there. It's not quite at full, so maybe it's not running at full speed because it doesn't quite have enough power. That's possible. I think that there, yeah, you can see it slowly creeping up, and that's probably lines up with this value here. This, you can see the voltage is very slowly sort of fluctuating. So that's obviously the voltage one. So the more voltage it has, the faster it runs. But as I said, these pebbles, I can just throw back in here and they'll make their way back through the system. And I probably could put another chest here or something, or there you go. So they've gone in there and they'll now come straight out here. So I guess at the moment it's still... See, I've got a fair bit of stuff from that, so let's take them over to the base. Still don't have a smelting set up here yet, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I might use the Magneticraft one. It's not a multi-block, I don't think. It's just a standard little single block furnace, so not 100% sure what I'm going to do there yet. But at the moment I've just been using this one. Popping them all in here. And it just smelts it through. Right. So you can see I've done a little bit of work on this building. And the idea being it's meant to look like a factory, so I sort of went old school ridged. I don't know, I've seen it in movies and factories around my my city sort of thing. You see the older buildings have these peaked roofs, and there'll be glass in this front section. I think it's looking alright so far. These are just all the same blocks. These are all factory blocks. That's just a different chisel texture. I'm trying to give it that, I don't know, tin sort of aluminium roofing type look. But yeah, work in progress. Getting there slowly. I very much run out of iron a lot. Something that I'm struggling with, and I think it's because of the level I'm mining at. I don't think iron is quite as prevalent down at the lower levels as what it is at a higher level. So I may end up doing another level of my mining, so come up a bit and do some more mining then. But yeah, so that's just smelting its way through. We're getting all our ingots. So what I thought I would do, firstly I'll sleep through the night. I've got the blocks, some of the blocks required to do this Stirling generator. It's the bigger version of the power generation from Magneticraft. And you can see it up there. I've already got the pattern set up. This is the Stirling generator control, so it's an alternator, small battery, multi-block, and some of these carbide. The alternator is copper cores, which you've seen before, and a couple of magnets, which are fairly easy. Redstone, lapis, or blue dye, and some iron. So that's the Stirling generator control. I thought we would see... I think I'm going to put it here, which is going to sort of kill this off a bit, but it's getting a bit low anyway. And I'm considering putting a battery in. I think you can make batteries in this. There it is, the battery. That requires these larger batteries, which supposedly hold 500,000 RF. So it's copper, iron, and then these here are blocks of sulfur, which I may have enough for. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll do some more mining, I think, before I build this, but I'll have a look. Place in a 3x3 pool of water and ignite. Okay. It's a strange thing to have on there. So I'm going to pick this up. And this cable, well, I think the power comes out the back. And I think this is a 3 wide. Let's just put a block. I think it's this. Let's just try it. Yep, so it's just a 9x2. You can see that one in there is a heat, multi-block heat IO, which is just one of these heat cables and a multi-block chassis. So that's the heat in out, and then you've got one energy in out, and then the rest are just your chassis blocks. This should give us the Stirling generator, which is very much a bigger version of what I just had, except this one doesn't produce steam from what I remember. It just produces power and heat. Now the heat you can actually pull out through the top. You can see the can't get up there. See the multi-block heat in out at the top here. You can use these heat cables to transmit the power or the heat energy to other blocks to generate things like steam and power. So whereas this generator required the infinite water to produce steam, this one doesn't require water. So I can throw some charcoal in here, you'll see it'll start generating heat, and it's producing wattage very quickly. Let's throw this coal coke in. And you'll see this up here, this heat cable, currently up at 120. Now I'm hoping that this doesn't do what it used to do in the earlier version of the mod. If this got too hot, it turned to lava, pretty much. I think it's been turned off, but I'd have to do some research. But yeah, see this one here is making... Oop, it's now making nothing. It makes a lot more power. Quicker, it seems. So that's all full, 240 volts. These are all probably full now. No, it seems to be... Oh, did I hook the cable up on the back? Nope. That was silly. Let's hook the cable up. Okay, now it's balancing out as it did before, so it's now filling up these other machines with their power. So hopefully this will keep up in regards to power. for all these machines, and we'll, you know, be able to keep a nice speed running. But that leads to the next part. I need to keep this filled with coal or charcoal or whatever we're using to power it. So I thought I'd use a barrel, a B-space barrel from this one over here that I've got running on the tree farm. So I'm going to link this one, which is now full, only just full. I think this is still, oh yeah, table's now almost completely chock-a-block. And I was going to link this one to a barrel over there so that it can automatically feed anything into it. I'm not sure whether I can get away with putting a, let's have a look here, jammer. I know I need to put this on it, the B-space upgrade, and it uses 2 slots. What I would like to do is put the hopper on it, but I think the barrels have to be identical. If I put the hopper output on that one over there, uses 1. Let's just give it a go. So I need to make another barrel. There's some slabs here. Wow, really? Steal some of that wood. I mean, I didn't intend the tree farm to be totally wood making charcoal, so I may end up extending it out this way a little bit more. Run another bit of track and put a few more trees in here. Or I wonder if a sprinkler would help. Anyway, sidetracked. I'll just take some of this. See, I've been using a lot of wood to do these carpenter's slopes too, so... Alright, so we need... Let's get that out of here for the moment. First off, we need a barrel, so we need chest, some wood, gives us that barrel. So that's the one to put over near the Stirling generator. Then we're going to need 2 of these and 2 of these. So I'm going to need 8 iron, 16 fences, some wood. Let's just take about half of that, turn it into planks. It's 2. Ah. It's in the corners, isn't it? And then some of these, 2 of them. And I need that 8 iron. Hopefully I've got it. As I said, hurting for iron. So that's those upgrades. Next one I need to do is the B-space upgrade. So that requires a couple of pistons, an ender chest. I may not have enough obsidian to do this. I may have to go find some obsidian. In fact, I think that's going to be a thing. I've got 5. Alright, well that kind of throws a spanner in the works for the moment. I'll buy these and I'll set this. It's going to require pistons too. So I'll make the 4 pistons. Let's just do that. I get some cobble in here. It's not enough. Yeah. Always the way. You try to be organised. You try to have everything right. Sheesh. Grab a stack. there's... That's not what I want. That one. Yeah, that's the 4 pistons. So now I need the ender chests. So for ender chests, it's ender pearls. They're eyes of ender, I think. So I'm going to need some blaze powder. Do I still have some over here? No. No. Alright. Let's make 2 of them. 2 of these. I don't think I've got any more blaze powder lying around in here. Nope. Alright. It's getting dark again. Sheesh. Days just aren't as long as they used to be. Right. Now what am I doing? I need some of that. Throw that in there and put this in here. So 2 redstone per 1 glowstone. That's me blaze powder. It gets the eyes of ender. And so all I need now is some obsidian. Alright, I'm going to cut it here. I've got a few more minutes left of the episode. Cut it here. I'll go get some obsidian. And I'll be right back. And I'm back. And I've got a nice little bit of obsidian down there. And underneath one of the bits of obsidian was about 7 or 8 chunks of diamond. So I was quite happy with the little haul I got there. Right, so they're the 2 B space upgrades. So these are the upgrades we're going to need. And the other thing I will need will be a tuning fork. So I'm going to need 3 iron and another ender pearl. So let's just dash over. Oh, now it's raining. That's what I want. Nighttime and rain. I mean, I know that it's a no spawning area. But still. Go away. Alright. Another ender pearl. Okay. And what was it? 3 iron. 10 the last 5 bits of iron. Tuning fork. Okay, so each of the barrels shift click, shift right click. So that's you can see the little 3 there shows how many slots it requires. You can see there this uses 2. So if I put that in there and then shift right click, and that now starts the linking process. Hoping this is not too far. Oh, running out of time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Hey, there we go. They are linked together at the moment. Now I want to try that. Oh, I don't. Oh, I got just enough iron. What was that? Takes 1 slot. Oh no, I don't have enough iron because I need to be able to make the pistons too. Oh, hang on, here we go. Take all that. One of them. A little bit of wood. Get some cobble. Not sure I can do this. Think. Really? Oh. What I grab 2. I think both barrels have to be identical. In which case, yeah, it's not going to happen. So, hopper, 2 pistons, hopper upgrade. Otherwise I just wasted a hopper and I could have put it underneath this barrel. Oh, I can. But it's not working. Oh, and it's probably not linked. Oh, it's still linked. Why you no go out? As far as I know, I should be able to push into the top of this. I'll have to relink it now. And now I need another hopper. Let's just dump out this ores I got while I was down there. I can't make another hopper for the moment, so do I have any relocators? Yes. And then redstone. Make another one of these. What do I need? Four of these. One of them. It's me the extractor. So instead, I'll put him. I'll put him there. Let's put this here. And the barrel. There. Now we need to link him all up again. I won't need this. 1, 2, 3. Put that on there. And I need to link it, so I need to run all the way over here. You can see you've got like a timer. It's a time in which to link them together. There we go. And it's pumping in. Awesome. There we go. Now we've got, well, it's not infinite, but we have a fairly automated system here. I'm hoping that that setup up the top there will keep up. I'm not sure it will. Maybe once this fills up, we'll be alright. Yeah, so there's our feed. I don't think I could feed it in there. I think it either has to be in this front part or in through the top. Just on this front block in the control. There's no other. It's not like these with an in-out. It has to be in this front block. So that's keeping that topped up. It's producing power. I think we're in business. This is my ore tripling plus a bit. Because you get that extra, extra 5% as I've said. So yeah, we even got a bit of iron out of all that stuff, and I didn't have any iron, so I think we're in business. Only thing I'd like to do now is work out some sort of automated quarry. That'd be fantastic, but I don't think I have that ability yet. Or if there is one that I can get going early game, as it is. Dump out some junk. And I can reuse this generator here if I like to produce more power to run into the system, or there. Just quickly check, do I have sulfur in here or is it in the other room? I think it might be in the other area. Because I need 24 blocks of sulfur to do what I want to do and make the battery. Don't think I've got enough. Let's see. Really don't have the iron I need though. That'll be the issue. 14. 21, we're close. 24 blocks of sulfur. I need the 4 batteries. Yeah, I don't have the iron I require to make this, but it's 6 in each. So I can grab 24 and just get it ready for when I've got enough iron. So I'll probably do that in between episodes. I'll get that battery going. You can see how it's made here. Bit of copper, some iron, and the 4 batteries. Just gonna need to mine. Lots of mining to do. But that's it's not called Minecraft for nothing, I guess. It's always resources you need to find. But yeah, I'm definitely getting there with my materials and everything else. I've got a lot of invar, gold, silver. Silver's alright, 33 blocks, 58 blocks of lead, 17 of tin. Tin doesn't seem to be as prevalent as the other ones. Perhaps again it's a level thing because I'm mining down so low in the world. So yeah, iron. Always iron. But I mean, even these other ones, I've got some 97 titanium there. Fair bit of ferrous, zinc, a couple of shiny, only 2 shiny so far. But I mean, you can see I've got a lot of thorium, which I think is fuel more than anything. So perhaps when we get into nuclear craft. Yeah, I'm definitely getting there. I haven't had enough spare iron to be able to make steel. So steel's definitely been something that hasn't been looked at for a while. And I still want to make the immersive engineering big tank up behind here to pump this into. I think that'll be great. Pump it out through the top or something into the top of the tank, because those ones have to be fed from the top. Again, lots of iron. Alright, call this the end of the episode here. I'll probably do a little bit more work on the roof as well in between, get that battery going, and do a lot more mining. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave your comments below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.